Hello, everybody, and welcome to the October edition of Builder Blab, the one place where we talk builder marketing and sales all the time, any topic. The Builder Blab is set up to be a live Q&A where you can ask me your questions and I'll go over them. I have people submit questions in advance and I tackle those as well as anybody who joins the conversation and wants to ask me live. So today's topic, we're talking about content marketing. And this topic is one that's near and dear to my heart because I spend a lot of time developing, managing, creating, executing content for home builders. The largest audience that we serve in our agency are new construction home builders. And we spend a lot of time blogging for them, writing Facebook posts, tweeting, Instagramming, all of the above. And where we used to call that social media, today we call it more content marketing development, because the truth is you can now use interactive content across any platform, from your website to your blog to social media. There are a lot of ways that you can use content in your marketing. I'm very excited, pleased, ecstatic, you name it, that my brand new book, Fantastic Marketing, is going to launch on October 31st. Yes, I picked that date on purpose. I thought it was kind of fun. It's not a trick. It's just a treat. And I'm really excited. You can order the Kindle version of Fantastic Marketing up until October 30th. It's only $4.99. Wow, the things I'll do to make $4.99. And after that, the Kindle version will go up to $9.99. And of course, the paperback will be available October 31st, starting then as well. So I encourage you to go to Amazon, type in Fantastic Marketing by Meredith Oliver, search for it. You can easily find it and pre-order and get your copy for only $4.99. Today, we're talking about fantastic content marketing and what that looks like for your business. I had a lot of questions come in that you wanted answered, and so let's get right to it. All right, the first question that came in from Susan in Des Moines, Iowa, and she works for a builder there, and she wanted to know how content marketing would really help their business. She says they're not doing a lot of it at this time, and wants to get a better understanding really of just what it is and how it could help them. So Susan, this one is for you, and I'm so glad that you wrote in and asked me. So content marketing is a great way for you to engage with your audience, your fans, your potential home buyers in a non-salesy way, in a way that goes beyond advertising. And content marketing allows you to do several things. First, it'll allow you to educate your audience. So it will help explain topics or parts of your product that maybe they don't understand, why you're different, why you're better, why you're unique. Well, content marketing can do that for you. Content marketing can also help you build a brand. Let's say you are a home builder that's currently specializing in single-family homes, and you want to open a new division and specialize in active adult retirement communities. Well, content marketing can help you build the new brand and educate, as I said, your fans, your buyers on the new product line and teach them about that. Content marketing is a great way to educate buyers on how to use your product, how to shop for your product, really any aspect of your new home communities, floor plans, construction process, financing, design studio, any part of it that you're wanting your buyers to understand how they can do it better and why they should pick you. Content marketing is perfect for that. Of course, content marketing is great for your search engine optimization rankings. So that's another way it can help you. If you get lucky and a piece of content goes viral and takes off on Facebook or takes off on YouTube, that piece of content will help drive additional visitors to your website. More traffic means better rankings in Google search. Also, when you put your content out there, if you use keywords and if you link that content back to your website, you're getting additional benefits in your Google algorithm when it indexes your site. So there's definitely good website traffic and SEO there. And of course, content marketing can help you with your building a buzz or building excitement about something. If you have an event coming up, or you have a new team member or an award you've just received, and you want to build up some excitement around that, a community you're launching or a new model home, it absolutely can do that. So from educating your buyers on how to buy from you, why to buy from you, to building buzz about something new in your company, to generating good website traffic and SEO, Susan, there are a lot of awesome benefits to content marketing. Okay, this next question comes in from Joe. Joe is in Sarasota, Florida. He works for a master planned community there in the information center. And he wanted to know what is the most popular type of content marketing and what type of content they should be focusing on creating. Well, this is an easy one, Joe, so thanks for giving me an easy question. Definitely, without question, the most popular form of content marketing in the real estate home building space are videos. Consumers love videos, and that's true across any industry, but definitely in our industry, because our product is a visual sale, a video is absolutely, excuse me while I scratch my eye, it's driving me crazy. A video is absolutely a very powerful way to reach. It's been my experience looking at Google Analytics reports for home builders, and I look at probably 25 of them a month across the country, from small custom builders to large production volume builders, from small niched markets to large metro markets. If you have a video on a community profile page, a page all about a community you build in, or if you have a video on a floor plan detail page or a virtual tour on a available home quick move-in detail page, the time on page will double. So if the average time on page is anywhere from 30 to 45 seconds, typically, you can easily go to 2 and 3 minutes with a piece of interactive content like a video. So that's definitely the most popular. Now, there are many other forms of content marketing that you might not have considered. And so I want you to just keep these in your mind and think about which one might be the most applicable to you. Let's see. Also, another popular one would be infographics. Infographics are the cartoon-like illustrations that you see a lot of times on social media and blogs. And infographics are great because they break down technical, complex, data-driven sets of information that otherwise might be a little bit hard to really grasp. But the beautiful thing about infographics is they turn that data set, that complicated information, into a visual that's bright and colorful. And we know we all love visuals and we can understand them very easily. We can grasp it, right, if it's a visual. So infographics are really popular and would be a great addition to your content marketing strategy. Memes are a content marketing strategy. I don't know if you realize this. It seems like they're just all about the presidential election these days, but you can actually do memes that are not about politics. Who knew? So you can have a little bit of fun if part of your brand is light, and if it falls in line with the character of your branding initiatives, then certainly a meme is a fun way to get across something that maybe it's just, yay, it's Friday and it's a funny cat meme, or happy St. Patrick's Day. You know, it could be something seasonal and light, but you want to incorporate some of that into your content marketing strategy. Your content marketing strategy should not be heavy, very detailed, in-depth content all the time. You have to lighten it up and you have to mix it up. Content marketing is very much like a recipe. If you use salt as your only seasoning element, the dish is not going to be very good. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and all of the other seasonings that go into the recipe. It's the balance of it that make it what it is. So memes are a great way to just throw in a little fun and levity along the way, and they can be a very popular piece of content marketing. Don't be surprised if your cat meme takes off and is your best performing piece of content all month. Much to your dismay after you put a lot of hard work into that virtual tour of your brand new model home. The cat meme will outperform it every single time, so be forewarned. White papers, case studies, frequently asked question documents, those types of PDF downloads have been around a long time. If you're in the business-to-business selling world, they're used more so there than in home builder world where we're selling to consumers. But certainly guides that you could put together on things to avoid when selecting a custom builder, or things to consider, questions to ask before you remodel. There's certainly lots of places where you could use a case study, white paper type of approach to content marketing that would serve you very well and probably get a lot of interest from your fans. And then lastly, don't forget about webinars, podcast, live streaming like you're seeing today. This is content marketing, absolutely. Don't forget about Facebook Live, Periscope, all of those great apps that allow you to talk live to your audience. These types of pieces of content that you're developing are absolutely content marketing and are very effective in today's day and age. So there you have it. There's your list. And I think in our industry, if you're not already figuring out how to master the art of creating video quickly and efficiently for as many of your floor plans and inventory homes as possible, or remodeling projects before and afters, custom homes before and afters, then you're missing out. So I encourage you to figure that out. And it might be as simple as learning how to use your smartphone more effectively, and getting a great photographer that can get out to projects on a regular basis and capture those photos for you. Okay, our next question, let me see. Yes, this one comes from Maryland, and she is in Utah, Salt Lake City, Utah, and she's asked me, we are beginning a new content marketing program, and what's the one thing we're going to need in order to be effective at it? And thank you for that question. That's a great question. Yeah, the one thing you're going to need, and the heart of the Fantastic Marketing book, is an understanding of your fans. You have to know better than anyone else what your fans will respond to and engage with. And that is critically important. There is no substitution for knowing your audience. I can't answer that for you. You have to know. Now, there are some universal things that we know that work well. I was just talking earlier about what's popular. Certainly videos and virtual tours, virtual reality, anything where we can bring the product to life on the web is certainly popular. But more than anything, you have to know your fans. And how do you do that? How do you get to know them? Well, I think this is where studying your analytics becomes important. How I learned to do content marketing was by diving into the Facebook Insights. That's INSIGHTS Insights report. Facebook Insights is a report available to the administrator of your business Facebook page. And when you look at the Insights report, it shows you per post which post had the largest reach, had the most engagement in terms of likes, comments, and shares. And so you see very quickly that a pattern will start to emerge, that your cat meme did great and had an exponential reach, likes, comments, and shares. And your text-only post with no photo, no video about the grand opening of a new community or upcoming realtor event really had very little reach and zero engagement. So if you'll look at the insights report and look at the posts where it compares each one, you will start to see some trends. There are definitely some things we can generalize that say that when you do it a certain way that works every time. But there's also little nuances you're going to pick up that your fans particularly appreciate and like, and that want that. So that's really important. Okay. All right. The next question. Yeah, this is a good one. This one comes from Mariel in Texas, and she works for a custom builder there and has been doing content marketing for some time, she said, but in this case, she wants to know, how do you avoid your content flopping? She said, what if you spend a lot of time and money creating a piece of content and it goes nowhere? Oh, we've all had that happen, Muriel. So first of all, don't worry. If that happens, it happens. And the cool thing is you won't do it again. And also keep in mind that that is where you learn. Like I said, if you compare your analytics reports, your Twitter reports, your Facebook reports, your Google Analytics reports for your website, you take all the pieces of data together and you look at a complete picture, you will start to see that some of the content works better than others, and that's okay, because then once you figure out the pattern, you can start to rinse and repeat. So how do you avoid a big flop? Well, before you undergo any major expense in creating a piece of content, you have to have been digging into those reports. It's as simple as that. And I would also tell you that another way that I really learned how to do content marketing, and this sounds so silly, really, and elementary, is I paid attention. So I would tell you to bookmark some of your favorite brands, big brands that have big marketing budgets and can afford to do content marketing right, and start paying attention to what they do. I particularly studied Disney, I studied Starbucks, I studied Nike, I studied several brands that specifically cater to women like TJ Maxx and DSW Shoe Warehouse. And yeah, I ended up buying a lot of shoes and clothes because of all this. They sold me a lot of stuff too, but they also taught me the heart of content marketing. And I would just watch their posts. Back in 2012, I remember this day specifically. I was skimming through Facebook's timeline, and I came across this Samsung post. And the Samsung post had a picture of its mobile phone at that time, which now looks so incredibly antiquated, and it's just 4 years ago. But anyway, it had a picture of the phone, and the post said, if you were stranded on a desert island, what is the one piece of technology or device that you would want to have with you? Well, what do you think happened? Everybody wrote in one of two things. One, not a Samsung. Or two, an iPhone. Yikes. So that was one lesson I learned from a content flop, which was, if you try to bait your audience into giving you a compliment, if you try to force them to say your brand name, they will rebel quite on purpose. Yes, they will rebel. So don't do that. So that was a lesson I learned very quickly. Another lesson I learned was from Starbucks. If you follow Starbucks' content, they frequently throughout the day post pictures of beautiful yummy, tasting, refreshing looking drinks that you just wish you had at your desk right now. So that was like kind of taught me the art of the tease, because they were just these beautiful photos of their drinks. But here's the thing they taught me. Sorry, scratch my nose again. They taught me how to write the copy that goes with the photo. So the photo is clearly professionally taken, but the copy sounds like somebody just wrote it off their phone. It doesn't say, visit us today for a tasty, frothy, delicious, venti, double espresso chocolate latte or whatever. No, it doesn't. It's not stiff. It's not formal. They'll write things just like yum, and that's it. They don't say the name of it. They don't give you the official call to action, come and see us. They've even ended up this season developing a hashtag PSL. And if you ask any Starbucks fan what it stands for, they know exactly what it stands for. Say it with me. Pumpkin spice latte. So now they're down to simply writing in their post with a beautiful picture of a pumpkin spice latte, hashtag PSL. Oh, that is genius content marketing. So that's something I learned from them. So I could go on and on. But I won't. What I encourage you to do is find some of your favorite brands that resonate with you, that do a great job at content marketing, and start watching what they're doing. You'll learn a lot, and you'll be able to avoid a massive flop in your own content. And if you do have a flop, don't beat yourself up, because I'll go to the next question in just a second. Sorry about this. Sidebar. If you do have a flop, don't worry about it. You can always leverage that piece of content into something else. You could repost it with a different write-up and it might do better. Or you could cut it up into pieces and use it differently. So the development of content, I think, is always a benefit. Sometimes how you package it up, you might need to tweak. So for that reason, you take a look at it, but you can always use it. So don't worry if it flops. Thanks for your question, Mario. Okay, next question. All right, this comes in from Jorge in California. And Jorge asks, how do I find content throughout my work day where I can just simply post what I see and not have to worry about creating it ahead of time? Okay, Jorge, great question. Thank you so much for asking. Okay, so the idea behind content marketing is some of it, yes, you will need to pre-plan and you will need to think ahead, but not always. Sometimes, yes, good question. You can just simply pay attention throughout your day and there is content all around you to be had. Now, this type of content, you have to be careful. Don't retweet things you should not be retweeting that are not in line with your brand. I'm not talking about finding that kind of content. What I am talking about is thinking more like a journalist. Now, I know the media has about as high a approval rating as Congress does right now. So I'm not talking about becoming a part of the media. That probably does not appeal to you. But there is a mindset of journalists and of media that you can tap into if you will learn to put your antenna up, Jorge, and look around you throughout your day. There are many content marketing opportunities. The way that journalists think is they are constantly looking for a story. They're looking for a story that they can share with their audience, that they think will be relevant to their audience. A really good friend of mine and colleague is Chad Collins, and he's the owner of Collins Design Build, based in Hillsborough, North Carolina. He's a custom builder And I featured him in the new book, Fantastic Marketing, under the content marketing section, because Chad does the best job of many people that I follow in leveraging his everyday work into great content. Chad is a very small business. He and his wife, Emily, run the business together. They have a few staff members, but it certainly is not a huge business by any means. And so they're lean, they're mean, they're working hard. He wears a lot of hats, but yet he finds the time, I would say on average once a day or every couple days, to find content all around him and post it. And so what Chad's doing when he's on site working on let's say a custom home project, he'll shoot a quick picture of the house wrap, for example, that's just come in, and he'll post it on Facebook and on Instagram usually with an explanation. And this is the part that's interesting to people like me who don't know anything about house wrap. He doesn't just put the photo and say, putting the house wrap on today. Okay, that doesn't really tell me the story. Chad thinks like a journalist. Tell me the story of the house wrap. So he'll post, and it's not more than 2 or 3 sentences, where he explains why they selected the brand they selected, why he typically uses that brand, what house wrap does for a house, how it makes it more efficient, how it makes it healthier, creates a tighter tighter seal envelope for better, healthier air or whatever. I don't know. I'm ruining it, Chad. I'm sorry. I don't know that much about house wrap, but he does. And that's the point. So he just simply takes photos throughout his everyday life. He could be at a Home Builders Association meeting. I'll snap a photo. Hey, I'm at the HBA today at the Remodelers Council meeting, for example. That tells his audience that he's plugged into the industry, that he's part of a larger organization that gives him credibility and legitimacy in his chosen field. So he just has his antenna up, and he's really good at telling the story of his job. So that's what content marketing can do for you when you're doing it every day, on an everyday basis, is about capturing those real life moments. And the key to a good story and good storytelling is when it answers the questions of your audience. So one of the things you can do to create great content is create a frequently asked questions list. What are the things that you're consistently asked about your company, about building, about the neighborhood, the floor plans, the inventory, about yourself, your background, whatever? Create as long a list. No question is too simple or too stupid. Make a giant list of everything you're constantly asked and start creating content to answer those questions. It's really that simple. And then just mix up the format that you're going to answer in. So one answer might come across in a video, one piece of content. The next one is a case study. The next one's an infographic, those types of things. So just match up the type of content to the question that you're answering and think about, well, what kind of content would best answer this in a way that my audience will understand it and be motivated to call us, to click on this, to come by and visit us, to buy a house. So that's really how you can do it, Jorge, on an everyday basis, and it really work for you and make that content seem very genuine and very real time. And I want to add that while you can outsource and hire people to do content marketing for you, and we do it, we can't get this everyday stuff. And the magic and the money of content marketing is in these everyday real-time posts. So please understand that to make content marketing really work for you, and actually drive traffic and leads and sales, some of it has to be done in-house. It is not something you can completely outsource and expect it just to take off and go viral. It won't happen. It is also worth saying that because in home building, and this is probably true of most industries, we run such lean, tight ships where we don't have a single person to spare and every person on staff already has 3 jobs. It's completely unrealistic to think you're going to create all of your own content on your own. That's not going to happen either. So I think the ideal situation is a partnership with a writer or a graphic designer or an agency that can help balance it out. So they can create content as customized to you as they possibly can, coming from a third-party outside source. And then if you are adding in the real-time, day-to-day, daily life flavor that goes on behind the scenes of your company or between the walls of the homes you're building, you really have a perfect content marketing formula. If you get too busy and you don't have time, then there's still those kind of more evergreen industry type posts that the third-party person is writing or creating for you. And at least something is out there getting you some traffic, getting some buzz, getting some interest, helping with those SEO rankings. If you are doing a great job with that and you are constantly and consistently posting enough in-house, then you may be able to dial some of the outside down some. It just depends on what you're trying to accomplish. But in my experience, I don't think one works very well without the other. And then it really takes both to make a successful content marketing campaign work. Okay, all right, down to my last question, and then we're going to wrap this up for today. And I had somebody write in, and Julie from New Mexico wrote in and asked me, what is my favorite content marketing tool? What kind of tools do I use? What kind of resources do I use? Okay, well, get ready for me to blow your mind. Just kidding. Okay, first of all, there are 2 ways to have content easily created for you. If you are not inclined, graphically or creatively inclined, and you struggle with that, there's a website called Fiverr, Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com. And the premise behind Fiverr is you pay somebody $5 and they'll do anything. And it's a pretty funny website, actually. There are people on there posting what they will do for $5. And it is quite interesting. So they'll come sweep your garage for $5, seriously. But there are a lot of graphic artists, actually, on Fiverr who are pretty decent. You need to search and kind of look at some of their samples. I mean, some of them are terrible, of course, but some of them are really not that bad. And for $5, maybe $20, pretty inexpensively, they could pretty quickly create some content marketing graphics for you to create something to post on social media, maybe an open house graphic or something of that nature. So Fiverr is a great resource. If you want to spend a little bit more and get a little higher quality, then you might look at a site like Upwork, UPWORK.com. Upwork is an international community of freelance writers, designers, programmers, editors, every kind of professional in sales and marketing and beyond are represented on Upwork. And you can do a search by the type of project you're looking to do. I did a search on video editing recently, found a great video editor who, for just practically nothing, will take today's video, for example, put my intro graphics and my closing graphics on it, package it back up and send it over to me. And it's just a very nominal cost. He's super reliable and it works great. So Fiverr and Upwork are a great way to outsource your content marketing design needs, video editing needs, etc. if you need quick ways to get things done and you don't have a good resource. If you have a little bit of creativity on your own and you have a little bit of time, my favorite tool is Canva, Canva, canva.com. Love me some Canva. Yeah. Canva is a drag and drop visual editing app that you can use to create beautiful pieces of content marketing. The great thing about Canva is when you go to start a new design, and let's say you wanted to create a graphic for Facebook, it already has the Facebook size, and you can select Facebook ad, Facebook post, and it already knows the dimensions that you need, and it will create the shell in that size. It also has dozens and dozens and dozens of free designs that you can simply edit with your own text and photos, or you can upload your own custom photos, fonts to the system and use those. It's also available to use on your iPad and your iPhone, so you could literally create your content marketing on the go. You can do email, flyers, presentations. I mean, it really isn't anything you can't design in Canva. I love it. It's my favorite. If I'm on my phone, then I like Avery, Aviary, for editing photos on my phone. And if I'm sitting at my desk on my Mac, I like Photor, F like Frank, O, T like Tom, O-R. So those are some of my content marketing tools, resources, tips on how to do it. Whatever you're going to do, just keep your fans in mind. That really is the heart of fantastic marketing. The point of fantastic marketing is the fans come first, that it's all about them and for them. And you can learn more about how to do that in the new book. I'm so glad that those of you that wrote me questions took the time to write in today. Those of you that are watching live, I appreciate you dialing in and catching up with me. We'll be talking next month on another topic of fantastic marketing, and I look forward to answering your questions then. Have a great day.